Your lungs burned with every breath. You'd been running for what felt like hours. Your legs felt as if they'd give out on you, but you willed them to keep running. Run and don't stop. You couldn't even look over your shoulder to see if you'd lost what was in pursuit of you. You just kept running. Through the countless trees, jumping over large stones and fallen logs. Your heart was beating painfully fast. Your head spun from exhaustion and you could barely see ahead of you anymore. Have to keep going, you repeated in your head 1,000,000 times. Can't let it catch me. Can't get caught. Have to keep... Your thoughts were suddenly interrupted as you felt your body falling to the ground. You'd tripped over the twisting roots of a tree. Your ankle now throbbed with a burning pain through your whole leg. You scrambled to try and get up, but it was in vain as you could clearly tell your leg had been broken in the fall. You felt your eyes and throat burn as tears threatened to escape. Desperate to save your own life, you dragged yourself behind a large tree whose roots you'd tripped on. You could hear a faint buzzing sound in the distance. Now that you'd stopped running, you could feel one side of your ribs aching, which you assumed you'd fallen on them and crushed them against the roots. You coughed and it sent burning pain through your entire body. This is it. This is where I die. I didn't even get to say goodbye to my family, my friends. I'm sorry I couldn't fight harder. I tried. You felt your warm tears stream down your face. The low humming sound got closer and closer. You held your breath, despite the action causing your body to scream in pain. You wanted to live. You knew there was no way out, but you had to find one. Then, as you were planning your escape route, a bright flash flickered behind you. You pressed your back into the tree, all your muscles tensing up in terror. You shut your eyes tightly, hoping and praying that it would forget about you and leave. But you heard the sounds louder now, as if they were right over your shoulder. They sounded almost like glitches in a screen or surges in electricity. Then you felt it. A ghostly hand grabbed you by the shoulder and suddenly threw you backwards, landing your back against another tree trunk. You screamed in pain. Your throat felt rough and dry. You thought you felt a crack upon impact. You looked up, and there it stood. A shadow, a silhouette. Its figure looked human, but every ounce of you knew that this was anything but human. You coughed again when you tasted the sickening taste of iron in your mouth. Blood. It dripped from your mouth and fell onto your lap. Every movement was excruciatingly painful. The figure before you was glitching and distorted. Its body looked like something from the Matrix, you thought to yourself. Its dark and empty eyes stared through you, white pupils glowing fiercely. You thought once again about your family and everyone you'd leave behind. Then suddenly, before you could react, the creature, no, the monster, charged at you. You felt sharp and intense pain surge through your body as reality itself seemed to rip apart. The forest around you flickered and faded away. You no longer felt cold air against your tear-streaked face. All there was left was pain and darkness. And that smile. The smile that kept glitching and crackling. A warped laugh sent chills down your spine, and the voice that came after made your skin crawl in fear. I'm back. The voice kept breaking and distorting, changing in pitch and volume. It was truly horrifying.
Did you miss me?
It spoke again. You were unable to respond as the atmosphere around you suddenly became devoid of oxygen. You choked as you tried so desperately to get air into your agonizingly empty lungs. You were exhausted and could feel yourself fading quickly.
This is all your fault, Sean.
The voice said with a snarl, and everything suddenly went black.